HVAC was the next one for you guys, right?
Yep.
What year was that?
2014.
2014. What? Totally different model.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
Well, I figured that out. What are some lessons learned that you're like, I wish I'd have done that different?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So in my little small worldview, it's just home service. You know, you run service calls, you fix stuff, whatever. And I figured out pretty quick. No, that's not how HVAC works. And you know, in HVAC, it really is all about, you know, replacements drive the train.
Right.
And everything you do really is just earning the right to have a conversation about a replacement.
Right.
And so and it's not that way in electrical and plumbing.
Right.
In electrical and plumbing, we run service calls and we fix stuff. And if there is something big, you know, the tech is gonna quote that up and hopefully close that. And I remember we were about a year into HVAC and it just wasn't going well.
Right.
And I remember because we would sometimes have customers they would call up and go, I love you guys. You're great with electrical, but I can't let you come back and work on my air conditioner anymore.
Right.
We struggle with hiring good technicians because we were new into it and the good ones didn't know if we were serious or not.
Right. Right.
You know, and they didn't want to leave what they considered to be a very safe job to come take a chance with us. And so we had to gut it out, you know, with some subpar technicians. And so we're about a year in and I'm going, this was probably a bad call.
Yeah.
You know, this was, you know, but at about 18 months, we had been there long enough. We were getting some better technicians. We kind of turned the corner.
Okay.
And, you know, that's one of those.
With the membership, we changed our membership structure to include the HVAC part. So we sort of, you know, and that's where we needed the help from Success Group International at the time. You're still STI.
Yeah.
And they helped us with, okay, let's rework this membership thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that really helped us to be able to get that to the customer. And they were like, oh, okay, now I've got two things.
You had the club already, though.
We had the club and we had
it. That's good. We got a people to buy into that now, but yeah.
No, that was because I will tell you,
needed the help.
The club memberships allowed us to start running tune-ups day one.
Yeah.
Like it was really, you know, we started with one guy.
Right.
He is still our HVAC service manager. He was actually a service manager for a competitor, but he wasn't happy where he was because of their business practices. Yeah, there's a lot of people in HVAC, unfortunately, that, you know, they will, hey, everybody needs a new one.
Sure.
Whether they do or whether they don't.
Right.
You know, and it was one of those places, and he wasn't comfortable with that. And so he and I met, and we talked most about kind of our values and our philosophy on how you treat customers and how you treat team members. And because I wanted to make sure we were aligned on that.
Sure.
And we were, and I said, look, man, I know you're a manager over there, but there's nobody to manage here.
Yeah.
You're going to be the technician. You're going to be the tune-up person. You're going to be the parts person. You're going to be the install person.
Yeah.
You have to get in a truck and go run calls.
Right.
And because of who he is and, you know, kind of the humility he brings to it, it's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And so
he's been with you this
he's been with me ever since. Great guy.
Yeah.
Solid. As a matter of fact, his wife now runs our call center.
Oh, is that right?
She's amazing also.
That's great.
Yeah.
So to put that much attention towards HVAC, I always hear the electrical, whatever you started with, it's easy for that to slide.
Yeah.
Did you experience any of that, or did it stay strong because you had the right people?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We had a good manager in place, and we had a good customer base.
Yeah.
And you know, that was just really kind of replicating the process at that point. It's like, keep doing it this way. But having that service manager over there running that.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, we generate all the reports. I'm looking at the numbers. I didn't totally check out.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like I still know average ticket, conversion rate, you know, revenue, gross margin, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, kind of letting him deal with the day-to-day allowed me to focus more on really coming in and coming alongside Scott, our HVAC service manager, going, how can I help you?
Right.
And sometimes I was running parts for him.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you do what you got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
How did that grow? How did the HVAC grow year by year? Geez, the first year was real rough.
Yep. Well, like I say, about the first year and a half was pretty tough. Year 3 is when, it sort of took off.
Caught your stride.
Yeah. And it took it, because we were so established in electrical, and electrical was still growing.
Yeah.
It took HVAC several years to catch it.
Sure.
But it has caught it, surpassed it. And,
Right.
And yeah, as we had developed more of a reputation for doing it.
Right.
Because we would have neighbors that we had lived next door to for 20 years. And we'd been doing HVAC for 5 years. And they go, I didn't know you could fix air conditioning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. People would still call us OnTime Electric because that's what we started.
Sure. I remember that.
They would introduce us. They go, this is Carrie and Carol with OnTime Electric. I go, OnTime Service. We're working more stuff now.
Looking back, is there anything you would have done? So, because, we get a lot of people that watch this that aspire. Just interviewed a family business. They're doing really well in plumbing, really well, and they want to do HVAC next.
Mm-hmm.
And,
HVAC is there's so many different parts to it.
right.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for them? Oh, I wish I'd have done this sooner. Wish I'd have done this differently. Anything that pops to mind that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go visit other members that are running HVAC.
Yeah.
And really understand the business model.
Right.
And because there's a lot of moving parts,
Right.
You have repair technicians, and they don't really, a lot of them don't want to do replacements.
Right.
They like doing repairs, and then you've got your tune-up people, your maintenance people, and they're not sophisticated enough yet to run the service calls.
Right.
And then you've got dedicated install people. That's what they like to do. And then somebody's got to be a good enough communicator to, when it comes time to replace it, talk about all the options. And,
right.
And in my opinion, it's very difficult to get a technician to do that because most of them are task-driven people.
Right.
And you're going to go, okay, for the next 2 hours, you're not going to be doing anything except talking to somebody.
Yeah.
They don't, they're just, and so.
Duct work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duct work, the opportunity that's there.
Having the space for all of the HVAC.
That's a great point to bring up.
Yeah.
It's different. We didn't have a place to put all of that stuff.
Sure.
So you have to consider these things.
You guys have been in the same shop for just added on to it, or what did you do?
Well, we configured, so rework it. Some property came available next door to us. We acquired that.
Yeah.
At one time, especially during COVID, because, the way parts were, we had 12 different Connex boxes out there, just because we were, during COVID, you were never sure what was going to run out next.
Right.
So we went to our HVAC supplier and just said, how much can we buy?
Right.
Yeah.
And stocked up.
It was a weird time.
We just stockpiled it. But no, I think so if you're thinking about adding another department, number one, you need to be super sound in the department you're running because it is, it's going to take your eye off of that to a degree.
Right.
And that one needs to be really buttoned up.
Yeah.
You got management in place and everybody knows what they're supposed to do. And that machine's kind of running over here.
Right.
And then you focus on this and have people over there that can do it. Really understand what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And plan on gross margins not being very good.
Right.
For the first couple of years. You're probably going to have some turnover in the department for the first couple of years. There's it's not going to, hey, we just do this and we just start making a bunch of money. No.
Right.
And then, how are you going to have a good plan for how you're going to market that department?
Right.
Or are you just going to, add it on? Do you have a good club membership base? Fortunately, we did. We just immediately started reaching out to them and go, congratulations. Your membership now includes HVAC maintenance. When would you like to have that done?
Right.
And we didn't charge them anything extra. We wanted to get in the door.